Hi, good evening, and welcome to the ZP weekly FoodSense webinar. So we like to do this weekly webinar just to answer questions that have come in during the week, and I really will just jump straight into it. So we've had a lot of questions around, not a lot of questions, sorry, we've had some questions around the range of products that we have tested. And the honest answer is I think I've actually lost count on the number of chili type products that we have tested. We've definitely done hot sauces, things like tiger sauce, fiery sauce. I must admit some of these terms are kind of a little bit ambiguous for me, but we've definitely done a lot of hot sauces, and I think I'm going to say in a minute that there's a playlist on YouTube where we've got at least 76 videos of different things being tested. I mean, hot ketchup really is just a kind of, tomatoey chili sorry, a tomato sauce by the time sounds of it with capsaicin in it, so that sounds doable. Chili pastes as raw materials, I definitely have clients doing that, and chili powders. Now what I'll say is, and also chili oleoresins, we do have clients using chili oleoresins. Now what I want to say is this link that I've got here will be underneath this video at the end. Sorry, when this video's gone live, I'll put this link underneath. This will take you to a playlist of lots and lots, probably hours, not probably, is hours of us testing. Just to kind of give you an idea, actually, I'm going to pick out 3 in particular videos. This is a video where it shows us testing a mayonnaise. Now, a mayonnaise is a kind of egg-based product. So, it's not your typical hot chili sauce, and it's something that's really a sort of salad sort of dressing. So we have tested that. That's a video that's probably worth watching. One of the other videos that I did seek out as well is where we've tested a chili powder. So in one video, chili mayonnaise. In another video, chili powder. And then in another video that I'm linking here as well. And we were actually testing a sauce that was 200,000 Scoville heat units. So what am I saying there then? So, it's kind of, you've got a mayo, you've got a powder, and you've got a sauce. These are quite different sample types, and we can basically deal with them all. Now, what I'm going to say on the next slide here is demo, because what I want to sort of say is, we call this a chili sensor, and I realize really we should have called it a capsaicin sensor. And I sort of talk about really, let me go to it actually on this one here. I know this is an old kind of demo from ZP, but it doesn't matter what the sample is. And what do I mean by that is, as long as it's got capsaicin in it, it doesn't matter what the sample is. And sort of let me go through an actual demo, but let me put a slightly different emphasis on it. Okay, so this is, I've made my life slightly easier here, because in this particular case, I've made it easier because I've got a liquid sample. But the first thing I'm going to do, and I need to grab the right pipette for this, I realise. So let me just run over and grab the pipette. Right, I've grabbed the correct pipette. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 0.1 mils of this. It could have been 0.1 grams if it was a powder or if it was a bit more of a paste. But I'll take the 0.1 mils of it. So here I'll take it up into my pipette, put it into my tube. Right. So at this point, this meter does not know what this is. It doesn't even care what it is. So there's a sample, right? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, I could have left that on, but as it is, I'll take it off. I'm going to put in 0.9 milliliters of buffer. This is the bit that it says it doesn't matter what your sample is, because look what I'm about to do. I'm about to do a 1 in 10 dilution of the sample. I'm about to do it. There it goes. And I've done it. The reason I do that is it doesn't matter what the sample is, because as far as 9/10 of this volume is actually our buffer. So you can actually understand that you can ask questions. Is it an oleoresin? Is the source of capsaicin an oleoresin? Is it a chili powder? Is it a chili sauce? Is it a chili mayo? Is it a chili paste? Is it some Thai, curry? It doesn't matter, because 9/10 of this volume is actually our buffer. So it's actually quite agnostic on the sample type. It's literally the system doesn't care. Now this is an important step. I'm going to do this vortexing now. This is an important step because what is important is that you extract the capsaicin. So let me take this vortexer. Which I've done. So the reason I did this demo is because the question is, really asking kind of what, well, are you sure you can do all the range of samples? But it's really important to understand that, yes, we can do a whole range of samples because the first thing we do is at least a 1 in 10 dilution. So most of that sample type is in fact not your source. It's actually our buffer. And so you can understand, it didn't matter if that was a Thai chili sauce or that was a hot chili sauce or was that capsaicin ketchup. It didn't matter because 9/10 of that sample is actually us. Now what I'll do is I'm just going to put a sensor in there and I will get a clean pipette. I will take 50 microliters and put 50 microliters on there now, which I will do. So let me do that. And actually, just before I do that, I am actually going to go back, demo, I'll call this tab 77, something like that, tab 77, I'll find it later on. I'll put the sample on, bang, sample is on, go, I'll go continue, start, and off it goes. So it is super fast. So the quick answer is yes, we have a whole range of different videos showing different samples. I'll put a link to at least 3 of those videos directly underneath this video because it's a mayo, it's a chili powder, and it's also a hot chili sauce. I feel like, that does cover a range of sample types. And in fact, what I will do now is, right, first of all, show you my phone because I know that might be a bit blurry, but I'm going to show you my phone. Right, 4,910. So Google Tabasco sauce, find out what they say that is, and you'll find that that's exactly right on. Now I'm going to show you something else. I'm just going to navigate to here, and I will share my screen with you, which I will do. So let me just go screen 2. Right, so I just go refresh here. It says tab 77. Go up to here, and here's my raw data. Now again, I'm not trying to make you an electrochemist, but these are the peaks for capsaicin. This, I know we sort of call it the chili sensor, etc., but it's measuring the capsaicin. It doesn't matter where the capsaicin comes from. Why does it not matter? Because we do a 1 in 10 dilution. So that means, once you've diluted something, 1 volume into 9 volumes, it didn't matter if it was a paste, it didn't matter if it was a powder, it didn't matter if it was an oleoresin, it didn't matter if it was a hot sauce, it didn't matter if it was a ketchup, it didn't matter if it was a Thai curry. It didn't matter because we've actually mostly diluted the sample. The reason why you can do this is because capsaicin, lo and behold, is very high in chili sauces. Now, I'm actually going to do a demo number 2 here now. And the reason I'm going to do a demo number 2 is just to kind of, we had somebody asking us, what happens if you don't put a sensor on at all. So let me just kind of do demo number 2 here. So let me go to external. So let's say I make an error, right? So I'm going to make an error now, and I will go done. I'll just name this error. I'll just name this error, in fact. So just notice that I actually have no sensor in here. I've named this error. I'll go continue. I'll go start. And I went to cancel the method then, which I didn't mean to do. Let me just do this. Whoops, turn this device on. There it is. Go here, error, yeah, good. Go continue, start measurement, and off it goes. So you notice that actually I have no sensor on here at all, and you soon get a feeling for it that you can actually see there's nothing actually going on here. But I'm just demonstrating what happens with FoodSense Generation 4 when you don't put any kind of sample on it either. And what it's trying to do now is it's trying to analyze it, but of course you could appreciate that it's pretty hard to analyze it because there's actually no sensor up there. It says upload complete, too low, dilute less. But if I just go back to my screen, which I will share here, that was the data we just got, all beautiful and lovely. Let's go back into here and just do a quick refresh. And there's my error data here. I'll go in there and boom, it's ugly. That's the nice thing about actually getting the raw signal, that it wouldn't take me very long to tell you, I'm sorry, but you didn't put a sample on there at all, and that, and it's, I'm off. That's the beautiful thing about FoodSense Generation 4. We can see when everything's working properly because you can go 1, 2, 3, see that beautiful peak there, and then when I didn't put any sample on at all, and that's just so super clear if I can put it that way. Okay, so I want to just say, all right, we did a couple of demos there. One of the demos was, I know I've done this demo in the past, but I just really want to emphasize, it doesn't care what the sample is, as long as it's got capsaicin in it, as long as it extracts. And we can create a sample like this. Then you can measure the Scoville heat units in that. And if you do have any technical questions regarding FoodSense Generation 4, I just want to say, don't hesitate to reach out to us. I think this question only came to me today, and we were happy to turn it around and think through a sort of response and give an answer. Okay, thanks very much.